How's that? Better? Am I here now? Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? Still can't hear me? Okay. Well, remember, all this is reset. Still not done. You can see behind me here. Still got a bunch of stuff to do. You know, been under the weather, and so you know. But I mean, I still been putting out the weekend vlogs on the Tesla Rideshare channel. Got another one coming out today at noon. Last weekend was a trip. It was funny. All right, looks like Nasdaq MNQ is going to fill this little gap in here. I need to see this get closed. We're playing the 15-minute orb, but I do have. I don't know if you guys want to see this or not, but I will clear this screen out and I will show you how I set up my mornings. Okay, so you can, excuse me, you can see here this is the overnight. So we got our overnight high right here, overnight low down there. See, overnight high, overnight low. Actually, that should be. We'll leave it there. It tipped down a little bit, but then. So then I go into a 15-minute orb. Opening range boundaries, right? Opening range. So we got a top here, 15-minute high. We're going to tap that green. 15-minute low. We're going to tap that red. And we're going to take our chart and throw it into the 1 minute. So we have our VWAP as our white line. Volume weighted average price, VWAP. And then we have our moving average here set at 21 ticks. Last 21 bars. I said ticks. Last 21 bars. Oh, let's see what's going on in the chat. Buddha, what's up, buddy? Traveler, how we doing? Hey, Accounting Tom, what's going on, buddy? How are you? How's everybody? You guys alive and well or what? We are waiting to see. Here, let me get this one out of here. You guys don't need to see. All right. How is that? Can you guys hear me now? Mic check says my mic is working. All right. See, I told you guys I've been out of practice. Been out of practice, man. All right, so we just rejected here. Let's just take a little let's see. We got 11 seconds left in this candle. Big red candle. Let's see where this candle closes. We might take a little paper trade here for you. Appreciate you, commuter. Appreciate you, G.I. Joe and Traveler. Yep, we're going to go ahead and take this short here. Oh, shit. There's 12 contracts. Thank God. Woo! Thank God this was my paper account, not my live account. Holy shit. I didn't realize I had 12 contracts set up over here for this. Oh, my God. I'm like, it went from plus 10 to minus 100, like that. These are micros, by the way. So this would be like trading 1.2 minis. Let's see. I want to see it if it'll get down to here. See if we can get down there. Remember, we're in a short. See if we can get down there. We'll take it out there. Took that out for a quick 115 on the paper trade. But you see how it's coming? Even on a paper trade, though, dude, I don't like sitting here with 12 contracts. That's just ignorant, right? That's just ignorant. So we don't want to do that. Let's get back to my normal stuff. Trading's hard enough. I don't need to be practicing like I'm a baller and then go trade like I'm a newbie. Came down, hit that first resistance, that first level there. Beautiful, beautiful setup, right? 15-minute opening range here, right? We got our 21 EMA coming down in this downtrend. VWAP way up here, so we know we are bearish. Came back around. We patiently waited for it to come back and retest that 15-minute orb, and whoop, right? Waited again, got confirmation, took that quick trade. If you're a trader, that's what you want, man. That's what they call a quick scalp. If it were only that easy. If it were only that easy. Anyway, what's going on with you guys over there? How's life treating you guys? Everybody good? I know Buddha should come on the show, man. I can send him a link if he wants to come on. I know he did well out at Coachella. I was finally talking to him yesterday. You know, the goofiness in the rideshare world right now is a little crazy. The goofiness in the political world's a little crazy. We got another minor media race war going on again. Just so much stuff going on, man. So much stuff going on. It's hard to keep up with it all. I still have, I need somebody local. I need somebody with a Model 3, 18-inch wheels, local to me. I've got a review I've got to get done. I got 2 reviews I got to get done for these guys. I've just been out of it. Have not had the opportunity to get these damn things done. But I got beautiful hubcaps for a Model 3 with 18-inch wheels. So if somebody out there is local to me, and you know, they want a set of hubcaps for their Tesla. I'm not doing rentals. If you have a rental, I'm not interested in you, because I'm not giving you a set of hubcaps to give to the rental company. You can kiss my ass. I need somebody that owns their Tesla that might be interested in a nice little set of a Model 3 18-inch wheel hubcaps. So we can hook up. I can do this review. Get you these. They're really sharp looking too. They are sharp. And then I got to go see my guy Lazzy. My guy Lazzy is going to. We're going to go over there and we're going to get the charger. I got a beautiful level 1 charger for the house that we got to do a review on. And we got to get those done. Got to get those done this week. I'd rather do this stuff with people I know than people I don't know. Anyway. Oh, man. Who else? Stormy in Ireland, huh? Is it really? Let's go see. Hold on. Ireland. Let's go to Ireland. Let's see if it'll open up for me. I got this computer stressed out right now. Remember, this one went down, and I got it back up and running, but I am running a lot of shit on this computer right now. Let's see. I want to see. Hold on. How do I change this? I want to go to Ireland. Hold on, guys. Just so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Hold on. Oh, I can't do it. Ah, okay. Oh, there it is. Damn it, I'm a dummy. Ireland. Let's see. Not Ireland, West Virginia, motherfucker. Ireland. Thank you. Jeez. 50 degrees, mostly cloudy. Yeah, I see your rain, buddy. You got some rain out there, commuter. Got some rain going on out there, Hoss. There we go. I see it. I see it. All right. There we go. I'm going to come back up and see what happens here. If you see me go over here, it's because I've decided to take a live trade. So it might not show up here on this screen. Big front coming in for Easter weekend over here in Belfast. Ah, okay. Okay. You know what's weird is we woke up, dude, you guys know I'm in South Florida. And woke up this morning and it was 62 degrees. Like it's mid-April. And we're still at 62 degrees in the morning. Now, in the evenings, you know, in the afternoon, it's been getting up to that 80, 85, 86. I went out to the car one time, and it was, you know, reading 92, 93. Let's see what this wants to do right here. Coming up to retest this again right here, guys. Get ready to retest this again. See what it wants to do here. Now, here's the thing. Once it's in this range, this 15-minute range, and you can see, man, the markets have been absolutely bonkers, but this is only about a 106-point move. But, dude, last week we were getting 120, 150-point moves, 1-minute candles. Like, if you were trading last week, you had balls. You had big cojones. You had big balls. You were trading last week. I took a couple of trades last week, but very, very quick trades. Nothing crazy. All right, breaking back into this range. Another thing that I've been learning is that with the because I've been trying to simplify my trading, man. There's too much noise out here. Everybody's always trying to tell you how to trade this, that, and the other, but like just using the VWAP, just trading the VWAP, right? Just trading the VWAP. 21 EMA, you know, and the orb, you really don't need anything else. If you're a day trader, what goes up must come down, right? That's just simple shit, man. Simple stuff. So let's see. We don't have a confirmation yet that we're going to stay in that orb. We need confirmation. Now, we got 3 contracts up here. So normally, you know, we could look at this. We're bouncing off here, so we'd be looking for a move back up towards VWAP, or at least the midline, right? So we got another 6 seconds on this candle. See what happens here. All right, we're in. We're trying to get to this area. Actually, you know what? I should just try to get to here. No, that's not the right spot. That's not where I want to go. Make that white. I'll get to this spot here. We'll keep a tight stop. If we break below the orb, the bottom end of the orb, opening range low, then we'll sell it off. Gotta be firm and disciplined in your stop losses. Gotta be firm in all of that. The only thing that's crucial here is that you see the EMA is right there. So this could wick right back down here, which is why I don't have a firm stop loss in. I'm doing a mental stop loss. Because a wick, how many times traders get wicked out on a trade? And then they're like, oh shit, oh my God, it got me. And then now they're deciding whether they want to FOMO and chase back into the trade or not. Or some people trade off the percentage of their account. It might be a 1%, 5%, 6%. So let's see what happens here. We're gonna find out. See, it's retesting this. See, now if I would have had my stop loss set in stone here, we'd have been out of the trade. And that would have been a good let's see, so that was a good 19 points there. Versus, you know, an 8-point loss if we have to. I like the way these wicks are looking. Looks like it wants to push higher. But you always got to have a stop loss, whether it's a mental note stop loss or a hard stop loss. Right now we're in the paper account, so I am still acclimating to the whole momentum trading, break, retest, orb, just everything. I started making things too goddamn complicated. You know, everybody sees trades the way they see trades. And for me, dude, keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it fucking simple. That's it. Just keep it simple. Right? Just keep it simple. Welcome to the Coffee with Kuzz show. We're not having coffee this morning. I'm doing Coca-Cola. Haven't been here in over a month. Joey B. What's up, Joey B? That's a cool name, man. I really like that name, Joey B. That's a cool name. Joey B TV. This is going to give me a hard time here at this area. We do have some resistance in here. You guys can see it right here, right? So we got a little bit of resistance in here. We back that up. Yeah, see, if we bring this back, right? This was an area, a resistance at one point. Remember, we're just trying to get to the white line. We take our base hits. We take our base hits. Right? If we break below, I like, though, the reason why I'm still sitting in the trade, right? The EMA is still trying to roll back up. But once we break below this, I'm out. Take the loss, move on to the next trade. But don't listen to me, y'all. Y'all see what it says, right? This is not financial advice. This is a paper trading account. The good stuff's over here. Don't like how this is looking, though. But, you know, that's a hard area. It's got to get through there. Staying in the trade, staying in the trade. Yeah, got to get through that. It's easier on the paper trading account to stay in the trade. Ain't gonna lie. But you got to treat it all the same, you know. We're already up $100 and something on the day. I'm just not feeling this trade, y'all. I'm not feeling it. Come on, give me a little more. Give me a little more. Get me over 50. We'll take that right there. $60. Take that. Let's look at the account on the paper trade. So up 149. Here you can see yesterday I was messing around with some stuff while I was trying to test all this out. But this morning up 144 and another 49. So what's that? Almost $200 on the day. And now let's see if this gets through here and blasts off to hit VWAP. How many rides do you have to give to get to $200? Question for the chat. Everybody that's in the chat, I see 10 people here. I'm hoping I'm getting some 10 likes and all of that good stuff. Don't be afraid to like the video, god dang it. How many rides do you have to do to get to $200? I don't care if you're driving X. I don't care if you're doing DoorDash. How many rides do you have to do to get to $200 on average. Now, I'm not talking about the unicorn, because I know some of you premier SUV guys will come in here, and you're more than welcome to do that. But you guys will come in here and you'll be like, well, I take one premier SUV from South Beach to Fort Lauderdale, and it's $150. Yes, I know. I used to do a premier SUV. Well, Lux Black SUV. I never had premier SUV. See why I chopped out? You see that, guys? This little area here, this should be yellow, by the way. So this little area here is a nice little area of chop, if you want to call it chop, resistance, support and resistance. Here was the resistance, right? Failed. This was yesterday or overnight, right? And then we broke out, came right back into it, retested this area, came up, gapped down, and broke below it, got in here and retested and came back down. So good thing we got out right here. We got out. You see profit, take profit. That's a nice cliche. Now we're back underneath. So now we're going to wait for confirmation on this candle. We'll set up for a short. Some of the G.I. Joe says he did 9 rides yesterday for $231. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All platforms. Vape Mill, what's up, bro? What's going on? You've been absent. Hope it all is well, man. Yeah, I needed time, dude. Like, I needed some time. I needed to clear my head a little bit. Just dealing with shit, dude. Just dealing. Didn't mean to leave everybody, but this is my IRL channel now. Vinny Kuzz is the IRL channel. Y'all know what IRL is, right? In real life. This is the IRL channel. Tesla Rideshare is my new rideshare channel. So if you haven't seen that channel yet, it's just basically recapping my weekends, hitting the $500 goal, $300 goals on Saturday, $200 goals on Sunday, in the Tesla, sharing my stories for the weekend, showing proof of my earnings, also showing my expenses for the 2 days. I'm as transparent as they get. Now, some people will say, well, Vinny, you're making 500, but you're spending 250, 300. Yeah, that's business, bro. That's business. People don't understand, man. It costs money to make money. You got to understand that. You're not just going to wake up one day, hop out of your bed, and say, man, I'm going to make $100 today without spending at least $5, $10, $20, $30. There used to be a thing when I was younger. When I was a young man, they used to say profit margins on a business is about 30%. That was always the goal, right? If you owned a business, you were trying to make 30% on your money. So if you invested, if you're trying to make $100, it would cost you $70 to make that extra 30. And that was considered good. Fast forward to today's world, and that was pre-1980s, right? Since the 80s, we've had credit crunch after credit crunch. We've had the printing of the U.S. dollar over and over and over. We've had bailouts for banks. We've had bailouts for auto industries. Who never gets bailed out? The American people. American people never get bailed out. And I want to come back to that because there's something going on in California I'm not cool with. But now you look at businesses, restaurant business. If they can do 3%, they consider that good. Airlines are operating on 2, 3, 4% margin. Airlines. Y'all see the planes coming in, right? Hundreds of planes every day coming into the airports. And they're only operating on 2, 3, 4% profit margin. And that's with government subsidies, right? We look at Uber and Lyft, right? Now they're embedded, whether you like it or not, they are embedded into the ecology of our society, right? Uber and Lyft is more popular than the Metro bus. It's more popular than walking 3 blocks to get to work, right? They'd rather take an Uber ride for 3 blocks. But you look at these companies, and this is not a bash, this is a reality. They say they're profitable one quarter, not profitable another quarter. But their CEOs are still getting paid big time money, right? What's Dara Khosrowshahi's annual salary? I'm just curious. Hold on a minute. Because it should be a matter of public record, right? Should be a matter of public record. Dara Khosrowshahi annual salary. Because it's a publicly traded company. Details of 2024 total compensation $39.4 million, base salary $1 million, bonuses and non-equity incentive compensation $3.1 million, stock awards significant, contributing to the bulk of his compensation, other compensation $262,000. So in pocket, Dara Khosrowshahi makes about $4 million a year plus all the stock options. That gets him up to around $39 million. You guys think he's doing a good job from a business standpoint? Because you can't sit there and pay somebody that kind of money. It's not just a Dara, all right? Dara's not the problem. The system is the problem. Good CEOs that turn companies around and give value not only to their shareholders, but also to the people that work for them. Those CEOs should get paid. Value, not just to the stockholder, the value to the people that are making the stockholder money. Do you realize if I own 10 shares of Tesla, I am more valuable to Tesla, according to their board, than Elon Musk? Don't believe me? What that guy owned that sued Tesla for Elon's compensation package? He owned 9 shares, I think it was. It was either 9 or 19. He owned 9 shares of Tesla stock that he bought 7 years ago. And he got Elon Musk's salary revoked temporarily. Granted, it was temporary. But for a spell there, he took down the richest man in the world. What does that tell you? That tells you that corporate America value the stockholder more than they value anybody else, including the CEO. But my point is, what about the employees? Listen, whether you want to be called an employee IC, I'm not going to get into that debate today. But think about it. Without us, they don't move, right? And everybody's, in the news, all you're hearing about is Waymo. I was reading an article yesterday. Okay, real quick. We're testing this area again. Let's see. So we broke through, retest. What are we going to do? Are we going to bounce in here for a little bit and shoot up? Because look at VWAP starting to come down, right? Our 21 here is just kind of muddling around in here. I mean, I guess you could have took this trade here if you wanted to, but I wouldn't mess with these moves. Tough deal. We'll see what happens. It's still got to break through this. If it can get through this, we're probably going to go up. Not financial advice. Y'all read the banner down there. God damn it. Have a coffee or a Coke and a smile. So what was that saying? Oh, the article I read over the weekend with Waymo. So there's Uber is going live with Waymo in Atlanta in June. At the same time that Uber is going live with Waymo in Atlanta, Tesla is going live in Austin with the full self-driving Cybercab software. Not the Cybercab, just the software. So if you got a hardware for Tesla, you're going to be able to put your car to work in Austin, Texas. I'm telling you, a Model 3 right now, bro, listen. Get as much Tesla stock as you can before June. I'm just saying, Steven and I, Tech and Effects, we've got a program coming out. We're going to run it on this channel and on his channel. And we're going to start doing a live once a week where we invest in certain things we feel, we're going to start bags. He's huge into the crypto space. I was huge into the crypto space. Now I'm broke and fighting my way back. But, Tesla, I'm just all in on Tesla, bro. Anyway, my point is you got Uber, you got Waymo, and then you got this company out of Spain that is going to manage, they're going to be the fleet owner / manager for the Waymo vehicles in Atlanta. And the article was focusing on this big property that I think it's Avuno or Avune, something like that. where they're going to acquire this property to house all these Waymo vehicles. And it's like, I don't know, 990,000 square feet or some craziness, right? Do you know? But the article said it only holds 50 cars. So if you're only running 50 autonomous vehicles on Uber, how much business can you take? Aha. So brings me to another article. Uber said that in Austin, Texas right now, see how it's getting right up to this resistance here, and it's just hitting its head on the ceiling. We got to break the ceiling, baby. Uber says in Austin, since Waymo has been there on the Uber platform, they're doing 60% of the rides. But what they didn't go on to tell anybody, and this is the deception of corporate America in general, not just Uber is not exclusive to this, right? All these companies do this shit. The Waymos are geofenced. So they're in a defined area. I don't know. It could be 10 miles, 50 miles, square miles, whatever it is. They're in this area. But the overall rideshare market of Austin, Texas, Waymo's only doing about 2% or 3%, something like that. Anyway, the point is that I can make the numbers say what I want them to say without context. If you only, so those 50 Waymo cars that's getting ready to go into Atlanta, right? Terry Johnson just said that they are, hold on, let me get it here. There it is. 37 square miles in Austin, Texas. Okay, so now I want to know what's the square mileage? Austin, Texas. So the city of Austin, Texas is approximately 305 square miles, with about 7.2 miles being water. Okay. So 37, so they're running about, right. So Terry, they're running about 10% of your market. And in 10% of that market, they got 60% of the rideshare, right? The business for Uber. By the way, guys, we just broke that glass ceiling there. You see that? Just broke the glass ceiling. We hit my target, but we would have stopped out down here. That's why we took profits last time we revisited this area. We're going to get the VWAP. Let's see what happens there. So my whole point to this is, and I said this like 6 months ago, right? And now I'm hearing other channels now starting to say the same thing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's like I'm Nostradamus or some shit, right? Listen, they're going to take the inner city rides. The rides nobody wants to take, right? They're going to take those inner city rides. They're going to take the $2, $3 rides because they're operating at a cheaper operating cost. And they're going to develop those and develop those and develop those. Tesla's going to wind up being the king of those. They're going to be the king because Uber in no way, shape, or form, Lyft in no way, shape, or form, View in no way, shape, or form, Aptiva in no way, shape, or form is going to be BYD in no way, shape, or form is going to be able to operate at the price point that the Tesla Cybercab will be able to operate at, right? So they're going to come in, they're going to scoop up those rides nobody wants to take. The big thing with that is once that car gets trashed out, it's got to come out of service, right? I mean, they're going to know that the car's got puke in it. They're going to know that somebody was smoking in it, right? They're going to know that somebody left their trash all in the car. They had an orgy fest like they were doing out in San Francisco, right? Somebody's going to know this, right? And now that car's got to come out of service. And if you're operating on that type of an expensive cost, I don't see how it's going to work. But the point to this whole thing was they're making a big deal about Waymo, and it's going to their facility is only going to be able to handle about 50 cars. So you telling me you can run the whole inner city Atlanta on 50 cars? And I don't know how many Waymos, maybe Terry knows. How many Waymo vehicles are in Austin? You know what? Let's look it up. That's why we got Google. How many Waymo cars are in Austin, Texas? Let's see if we get an answer. Okay, so Waymo initially launched a small fleet of vehicles in Austin with plans to scale to several hundred. See, this is the bullshit. Um, while the exact number of Waymo cars in Austin is not publicly stated, a Reddit thread speculated that it likely wouldn't exceed 200 vehicles. Waymo operating range is 37. So they're not telling us how many cars are in the area. Well, why not? Right? Why not? Why not tell us? I don't get it. Somewhere between 20 and 30. All right. Well, so if you got, let's say it's 30 cars doing 60% of the rides in that 37-mile square area, they're taking the rides nobody wants. I mean, it's just pure simple like that. So where does that leave rideshare drivers? Because as drivers, this goes all the way back to the beginning of the conversation, operating a business at 2, 3, 4% profit margin, which is what drivers are operating at right now. Currently, that's what they're operating at right now. You can't make no money. And drivers like us, we don't get subsidized. There's no subsidy. We can't go to the government and say, hey, we need a tax break on this, or we need money for this. That doesn't work for us. We're independent contractors, independent businesses. So, and that's a whole nother ballgame. I'm not trying to get into all that today. But I'm just saying that, I heard last night, finally the rideshare guy, Chris and Sergio, great show, by the way, but they finally dropped the word pivot. And in the garage, we've been screaming pivot for the last year and a half. So I'm glad to see they're starting to come around. You got to start thinking, guys. Got to start thinking. That's why we're here. We can have a conversation. We can have a coffee and a Coke. We can look at the markets. And Accounting Tom can know that I'm alive and well in down in South Florida. All right, so as far as this is concerned, here's the area again, the area of resistance, support that we had. Are we going to flip it into support, or are we going to fail it and come back down again? Listen, scalper don't give a shit which way. The only thing a day trader cares about, in my opinion, this is not financial advice. All I care about is what's in front of me right now. I'm not worried about tomorrow. I'm not worried about yesterday. I'm worried about what the market is showing me right now. This is the picture. This is the snapshot. You guys are looking at the same picture I'm looking at. This is the snapshot. What is the story it's telling me? Accounting Tom says, I'm glad you're doing okay, brother. Yeah, I told you that, man. I'm all right. I'm okay. We're doing all right. We'll figure it out one day at a time. Keep moving forward. Y'all know how that goes. I want to do more live streams. I like the live streams. And if anybody wants to come on the live stream and just talk, keep it cordial. Keep it, relaxed. Because we don't need to be getting excited. For what? You got people out there, they love rideshare. I enjoy rideshare, right? Like, think about it, bro. You get to see the city or cities, right? It's a dynamic job. It's not a static job, right? It's a dynamic job. And I've always had dynamic jobs. Like, I might work here today, there tomorrow, there the next day, wash, rinse, repeat. Dynamic job. Static is going to the same office every day, putting up with the same idiots every day. And if they don't pay you well, it really makes you nuts. All right. Looks like she wants to retest and pull up on this. I'm still not convinced. You see how this gap here is tightening up between my 21 EMA and my VWAP? It's tightening up, which means it's going to want to do something there. So we go back here, we go back to the left, and we look. Well, you see how that tightened up, and then it made its decision. The market made the decision, and it made its move. And we could have traded this all down, but I was trying to get the stream working. But we're up $195 today. Like I asked earlier, how many rides do we have to do to make $195? Well, Saturday, I did 270, and it took like 12 or 13 hours out on the road. Right? There was no Uber rides, bro. I couldn't buy an Uber ride Saturday. It was all Lyft. I think I did 80 something on Uber and 180 on Lyft. All Lyft for me. And no big rides. So it was hustle. It was hustle Saturday. But then Sunday, I did 270 again. And all Uber, not one Lyft. I am telling you. That video scheduled to drop, go live at noon today on the Tesla Rideshare channel. Matter of fact, let me put that channel up in the chat so that you guys can see it. Hold on. Switch accounts here. Man, we're doing good on that channel, dude. I got 262 subs on that channel. Like, I'm enjoying that channel. It's simple. There's so much more stuff I can do with that channel too, man. So much stuff I can do with that channel. Hold on a second. Bring it up here in a minute. Yeah, I'm going to give you guys the link in the, if you guys aren't already subbed in, or as Mario Mateo would say, if you're not subscribed, I would appreciate the subscription on that channel. There you go. Ryan, what's going on, man? Dave and Emily's Adventures. Well, Vinny, are you live trading yet? Yeah, I got my live trading over here. But for the stream, I don't think I'll ever live trade on the stream. On the stream, we're paper trading here. But I got my live trading's over here on this computer. See? There's a live trading computer right there. There's everything right there. See my trader rate right there, and then my charts over there. So we're making our run. We're doing our thing. But I'm not financial advice, man. So, you know, I'll put the paper trade on this computer. That way there's no pressure. Because, see, that's the thing, bro. We made 2 trades this morning. You know, we're up like $195, whatever it is. And that's enough. Like, that's enough. You do $200 a day. You do $150 to $200 a day. $150 a day, that's $750 a week. You throw in some rideshare on the side, or, you know, your Amazon stuff on the side, or whatever. And now you got decent money going. And the pressure, it's the pressure that kills people. It's that pressure, man. That pressure is insane. And listen, fellas, I understand. Nobody cares about us. They do, but they don't. You understand? And we got to carry that pressure. So ease up on yourself a little bit. It should kill you if you ain't careful. Coming back into this support resistance bubble. We're also hitting on that 14 EMA. You see what I mean? We got right to the VWAP, rejected, came back down. Right into this area. Something's going to give here. Something's going to give, or we're going to start barcoding. It is Wednesday, y'all. It is Wednesday. We're already past any kind of news that would have popped off today. Let's see what the market news here is saying. Wall Street set for lower open. NVIDIA drops after new U.S. chip export curbs. Hey, did you guys hear in Texas? NVIDIA is going to build, they're going to construct chip plants in Texas, bro. Big news for Texas. But the other part to that, too, is NVIDIA, you know, the U.S. told NVIDIA no more chips to China. That's a tough deal, boy. That's a big blow. That's a big blow to China. It's a big blow to NVIDIA. Also, talking about that, just stick to your stops in this market. Well, that's 100%, dude. 100%. Just stick to your stops. Earlier we were talking about stops. We could do hard stops. So let's see if we wanted to go short here off this area before, right? I would not take the trade here, but I'm just showing you guys an example. So let's go halfway up in the orb here for whatever reason, right? Because it seems to be rejecting in that area, right? We'll take that to the base here, right? This would be a limit order. if we did it this way. So here's an idea of a hard stop. Let's create this. We'll put one contract up just to show you guys, right? So we're going to risk 67 to make 110. We'll put the order in, and you guys will know it when if it hits the halfway point of the orb, which is around 50. What was it, around 53 points? We'll come up in there and we'll see if it will stop out here. I'm just showing an example of a hard stop. 18,658. This doesn't mean anything. There's no rhyme or reason to this trade. It's just showing. So if we get picked up here, and we'll see if we get down here for the profit, or remember what I was saying though, something's going to happen here. And let's move that over there out of the way. You guys can see the actual trade. Tariffs are working. Isn't that something, Thomas? Isn't that something, bro? They lost their minds over these tariffs. They lost their minds over the tariffs. And tariffs are working. They're working. The state of Florida is talking about, listen, there's a bill that's going to be up for vote coming up on the next legislative session to eliminate property tax in Florida. And it's true. Like, why do we pay property tax? If you pay your property tax, you never truly own the property. That means the state still owns the goddamn property. Because if you don't pay your taxes, they'll sell it off. All right, we're about to, look at that. We just ticked. We're not in yet, but it just ticked it. All right, we are now in this trade. Remember, we're going short on this. So this is for Dave and Emily. We got our hard stop in here. He knows what I'm talking about. But if you guys aren't used to trading, this is the way you can trade. This is how a lot of traders trade. This was a limit order. So 1.6 risk to reward. So I'm risking $67 to make 1.6 more, which is 110. Listen, keep this simple. Don't complicate it. Don't complicate it. And now, but this was an example of a trade. So now we're going to come up to VWAP. We are in drawdown right now. We're down $15. We can move this over now that we're in. This is where we got in. Let's see what happens here. I have not taken a trade today on my live account. It's in the orb. We're in this. If you look at this, if you look at the morning session so far, we're in the orb. Yeah, I could have scalped here. I think I scalped this one here. Yeah. See those arrows there? I scalped that one. And we scalped it here. But I didn't do any. That was just on the paper account. I didn't do anything over here on the live account. Starting to wick up above the VWAP. So I got to do, I said earlier, if you come back and you hear this stream later, if you own your own Model 3 and you are in my area, Southeast Florida, North Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County, get at me. I got a review I got to do on some Model 3 hubcaps, new to the market. I need to borrow somebody's Model 3 with 18-inch wheel. I'm going to shoot a review video, and then I'm going to give you the hubcaps. It's $150 thing to you. I will not, if you rent your Model 3 from either Drive Whip, Hertz, or whatever, I will not do this. No offense. Just not going to do it with you because you're a week-to-week guy. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I'm still with Drive Whip. Through all the hoopla and this, that, and the other, I'm still rolling. I just told everybody earlier, I just turned 100,000 miles on my Model Y, 90,000 of which is mine in 16 months. Out of mileage, man. But it's a beautiful car. I love the car. I love the Tesla, bro. Can't get away from it. We are now $40 in drawdown. Drawdown is when you go negative. Gotta know the lingo. And so this would be one of those trades where you can set it, forget it, and see. It just took, now we're out completely. So that would have been a $67 loss. And that's how a stop loss works. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm back. Sorry, I had to talk to the missus. Now, you see, this is crazy, right? So we're out of the trade. We got ticked out. Well, we didn't get ticked out. It wicked pretty good, but it's right there. I think this is going to continue to the upside now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to test. We're going to retest VWAP. We can get across here going up. Now we'll be looking to get into this area right here, which that would be, I want to get this, hold on a minute, let me turn off my magnet. That's where we'd be looking to get to, that white line. Turn the magnet back on. So we'll see what happens. Anyway. Yeah, I know, right? We don't want any property taxes in South Florida anymore. Shit, get up out of here with them property taxes, bro. We tax our own society so much. So much. I am seriously thinking about taking a trade here, guys. Thinking about taking a live trade here. See what this next candle does. We got about 20 seconds on this next candle. We got a bearish hammer there. Let's see what happens. I still would like to see the EMA cross VWAP to the upside and then get into a trade. So let's see what happens here. I need to open this up so you guys can see it. Anyway, yeah, man, that's what's been going on, dude. That's what's been going on. I haven't been feeling well, been sick, been dealing with just a range of issues. Computers going down, me being sick, trying to scrape by on the weekends. It's a lot of shit. But you know what? Everybody's got problems. So there's that, right? Oh, we also got a little, not that this is going to mean much, but we'll put up a trend line just in case. Looking for that cross. We're either going to kiss VWAP and reject, or we're going to cross and move higher. Anyway, so I don't know how many of these I'm going to, I need to do more. I need to do more of the IRLs. I need to do more of the IRLs. Hey, Accounting Tom here in Florida. What do you think of Byron Daniels running, or Byron Donalds running for governor? What do you think about Byron running for governor? He's the representative out of Fort Myers area. You guys know who Byron Donalds is? Oh, and everybody's been asking me about Eddie. Eddie is fine. He was sick. He got this dizzy spell thing going on last week. Spent a day in the hospital. But you know, I get the comments either on this channel or the other channel. How's Eddie doing? I talk to him every day. You know, yesterday he sounded the best he sounded since he went through it. So you know, it'll be he's getting there. He wants to come back to YouTube. So if you don't know, his channel got demonetized, deactivated, because he was speaking out against a certain blue and yellow country. And so some of the stuff he was saying, you know, they gave him the boot, and he didn't feel like fighting it. He He tried to reinstate his channel. It didn't happen, so he said, "The hell with it." He wants to come back, but what he doesn't want to do is he doesn't want to come in. Well, first of all, he kind of got a little, and we were talking about this yesterday. I'm not saying look, nobody has an original idea. Nobody. So with that being said, we started doing things together, right? Here on YouTube. And then next thing you know, other people that told us we're crazy, now they started doing it on YouTube. It's like, and so what Eddie's thing is he doesn't want anybody following him with his trades, because if they lose money, and you're going to lose money trading, doesn't mean you're going to lose money trading, but you're going to lose certain trades. It's going to happen, right? And sometimes it's going to be a big loss. That's trading. If you ain't got the stomach for it, don't do it. It's simple, bro. Life's about choices and not looking back. But he doesn't want anybody to say, well, Eddie did this and I did this and I lost. And he doesn't want that. And I don't blame him. Me personally, listen, my whole point is just to show you peoples what I'm doing. That's it. I'm not telling you to do this and the other. The only thing I ever suggested to anybody is buy more Tesla. Buy more Tesla. That's the only thing I've ever suggested to anybody. Just buy more Tesla. I think he has a shot, but I know people will deal with this. Yeah, but DeSantis is done. He's in his last term. So he's about out of there. You know what I'm saying? I do. I think he is. I think he's well-rounded, and he knows how to handle people. Like, you see him when they try to attack him. Like, I don't know if you saw the thing last week where he was out in the streets talking with people in Florida, and he had the purple-haired people were giving him shit, and he just stood there, tried to have a conversation, and you know how that goes sometimes, and it can happen on the other side too. You try to have a conversation with somebody, but they're so set in what they think and in what they believe that they immediately get defensive, right? Or offensive. You can look at it too. There's two ways to look at that. Defensive means you're protecting. Offensive means you're lashing out. So they can become offensive as well. Byron Daniels, yeah, bro. And plus, he's got Trump behind him. Like, Trump don't lose, bro. Trump don't lose. He didn't lose in 2020 either. But, there he is, Mr. Melvin, the best car salesman in the state of Texas. Y'all need a car, man. Y'all need to check out Melvin. Y'all need to go check out his channel, Driving in San Antonio. If you're in the market for a vehicle, definitely reach out to Mel. Let Mel give you a hand. He is he's a good dude, man. Melvin's a good dude. I hope he doesn't change. Melvin's not going to change. I know you're talking about Byron. I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I think he's in there, man. I think. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the tough part, right? How many people have we seen as soon as they get in office, man? That money gets them. That money is something else, bro. Something else. And, you don't come from money. You weren't raised in money. You ain't never really had money. Now, I'm not talking about, $50,000 in the bank, $100,000 in the bank. I mean, that's money. Don't get me wrong. I don't have $50,000 in the bank. I'd love to have $50,000 in the bank right now. But I mean money. Money. Like a Barron. Or, right? Like a Barron Trump or a Kai Trump. They're growing up in money. They're coming from money. So they know how to handle that money. People like me, straight out the hood, is different. It's different because you work so hard to get to that money. And then when you get to that money, you want to give to your spouse. You want to give to your kids. You want to do nice things because you worked your ass off to get there. But it's really not, it's not the right thing to do, right? So we talk about, what's that cliched story? A grandfather plants a tree today knowing he will never sit in the shade of that tree, but his grandkids will. And that's legacy wealth. that's building, you know, a legacy. That's building wealth. I don't know how else to say it, but that's how it is. Today, all the fathers in the chat, you got to bust your ass today so that your grandkids won't have to experience what we experienced. And not all of us came up in hard places. I just happened to. I did. I come up in a, yeah. But whatever. We're here. My kids are doing great. Right? Isn't that the point? Isn't that the point? That's the whole point, bro. Melvin, I will certainly help you out. Still drive every week to stay humble. Bro, Melvin is banging. He made the pivot. He made the pivot. A lot of guys are making. Well, Dave and Emily, right? Their channel adventures. He quit driving rideshare and went trading full time. If I'm correct, that's what it is. He went to full-time trading. And that's something, you know, maybe we'll talk about tomorrow. Maybe I'll go live tomorrow. But that's a whole nother ball game. We're getting ready to push up on 11 o'clock here, y'all. At 11 o'clock, I'm going to shut the stream down. I didn't take a trade today. I made money here, but I ain't make no money over here, and I need to make money over here. The Lord knows YouTube don't pay no money. So Dave and Emily says, yep, 3 weeks ago. You know, I don't know what kind of a buffer. And this is the other thing, right? What do we always say, man? I always quote Buddha on this. Did I take my pill this morning? Yeah, I took my pill this morning. Sorry, you know, I got these pills I got to take every morning, bro. I'm going to wake up dead. Buddha coined the phrase, look at this. You see what I mean here? Simple, right? Simple. We're rejecting here. We kissed the VWAP. Remember, same thing back here. Kissed the VWAP. The only candle that would have probably faked anybody out would have been this candle right here, because it did open and close above VWAP. Had a nice little move up. But you know what? You see, that's why I like the 15-minute orb. It never got above the opening range high. So came back down. Let's see if we're going to retest the VWAP again and fire down. If we do, we'll be looking for a trade to the bottom here, or at least until this trend line, because now we got this trend line going. So could be a good little trade here. Let's see what happens. But it's getting tight. Something's going to happen. Like Buddha's phrase, get your money and bounce, bro. Get your money and bounce. Right? That was Buddha's statement. I love it. It's a true statement. Get your money and bounce. Build up your buffer. Build up whatever you can build up, bro. And you know, use rideshare for what it is. Use rideshare for what it is, man. At one time, yes, 4, 5, 6 years ago, you could do this full time and make damn good money. Right? But now, not so much. It's not easy. And you're going to have a lot of pressure. We've been preaching on the garage for the last year that Tesla was coming. Tesla's here. It's here. Now, see, I'm not going to... Sergio and I had a wager. That I said Tesla, and I did. I said Tesla would be giving self-driving rides by April of this year. And they are. They're already giving self-driving rides. Not to mention, they've been giving self-driving rides for the last 20 months in San Francisco. I don't know if you guys know this. Tesla employees at the Fremont factory were given the app. Okay? Given the app, the Tesla app. And they were told, use the Tesla Cybercabs to get to and from work every day, free of charge. So for the last 20 months, the Cybercab software has been on the road, y'all. Now, when the Cybercabs come off the assembly line, or Cybercabs, I'm sorry, your Model 3s and your Model Ys are coming off the assembly line right now. They are driving themselves off the line to the car carriers to go out to the different Tesla hubs across the country. It's here. So the wager was, if Tesla did it, Sergio would have to dye his hair pink. If Tesla didn't do it, I would have to dye my hair pink. And then we, a month ago, we kind of let it go. But we're here, y'all. It's here. I don't know what y'all want to do, man. It's here. So, we've been screaming this for a year, 18 months. That's right. Bootalations 101. We've been preaching for the last 2 years, sir. And we also been talking for almost 3 years about having, I know. We know this. Robotaxi is going to happen in my backyard in Austin by this summer. June, brother. June. And this is true too. Uber became slave wages, unsustainable. It's true. Like on the weekends, bro, listen. In the comments, on the weekends, if you put in a full weekend, say 10 to 12 hours a day Saturday, 10 to 12 hours a day Sunday, was it difficult to make $700-800 a weekend, say 3 years ago? And then before the pivot, was it difficult? Not for me. It wasn't hard. Now, I do the $500 goal every weekend. And in case somebody figured it out, what I make during the week goes to the house, and on the weekends pays for the car. I mean, that's the whole goal, pay for the car. Pay for the car, and during the week, I make my money for personal. Pay my bills. But sometimes that ain't easy. But I got to put in 24 hours on the weekend to make $500. And so I'm trying to find different ways to challenge myself on the Tesla Rideshare channel with that goal, because I'm hitting the goal every week, but we're coming into that summer. Thomas knows. We're getting ready to, and anybody else in South Florida, what's coming. You already know what's coming. It's here. Right? Slowdown is here. All right. Looks like we're gonna test VWAP again. Look at it. It's just a pretty picture, man. You got your trend line going up. I got my EMA coming up. I got my VWAP flat across the board. We're building in. But y'all know it's a bear flag, right? For this, it's a bear flag. Get there and slump. Let's look. Let's take a 15-minute look. We haven't done a 15-minute look today on the chart. All right, we can see how the market's been. This is all your tariff worries. You know what? Let's look at the daily. There's your daily chart. Look at that. Look at the recovery from. Look at all this, right? Look at all this recovery. This was your big tariff day. A little bit of recovery, right? Inside bar here. Big launch back up for recovery. Got us right back to where we were before the tariff announcement. Now we're just kind of bouncing around in there. Always look left, bro. Always look left. But look, we were down here before. And then look at this. Well, did it really do any damage there? Not really. Look at that. Let's make that red. I want everybody to see this, bro. Right? So this is April of 24. April of 24, y'all. That's that dip. 2024. So big ass correction. Came back down, almost snapped it up, bounced off it. Now we're trading right where we were trading in September of 24. That's where we are. Okay. Big whoop-de-doo. We're trading where we were 6 months ago. In that time, in the last 6 months, we've got Israel got blown up. We got a new presidential administration. We got tariffs placed on China. We've got Iran starting shit. We got the Houthis in Yemen. You got Russia and Ukraine still going at it. Look at all that shit going on. And yet the market was still over leveraged like a motherfucker. I don't want to hear it. The market does what the market does, bro. We get played like fiddles out here. And I don't care what anybody says, we get played like fiddles. But you know what I did enjoy last week? And I'm going to end the stream on this. You know what I did enjoy last week? I enjoyed watching all the hedge funds lose their shit because they're so over leveraged. There's have you guys ever seen The Big Short? If you guys have never seen The Big Short, you should go watch it. That's the movie about Really, I can't think of his name now. But that's the movie about the housing crash, right? And when what's his name was, telling everyone he's the one who shorted the housing market. He started that whole thing off, and a couple of people made billions off that, right? I can't think of his name, Michael Burry. And so, but there's a part in that movie, docu-movie, whatever you want to call it. There's a part in that movie when all these banks were selling all these subprime mortgage loans, and they were rolling in that dough, man. They were making $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 on bullshit adjustable rate mortgages, knowing these people couldn't pay this shit. And what were these people doing? You had the real estate agents, you had the mortgage brokers. All of these fuckers were in on it. The title companies, I know. All of these people were in on it. They know it. They know they were fucking themselves up, right? They were all partying at the strip club. If you guys seen the movie, you know where I'm talking about. They're in the strip club, making it rain before it was able to make it rain, before making it rain was popular. And then what happened? Remember the two dipshits that were selling subprime mortgages, 4 and 5 of them, to the strippers? And listen, you women out there that strip, I love you. Listen, I support you single mothers. All of a sudden, they were at a job fair somewhere trying to get a job at Burger King. It went from rolling in the dough, not putting that money away, to working at Burger King. When I say go get a job at Wawa, it's not a degrading statement. It's a reality. And if people aren't preparing now to exit out of rideshare, y'all gonna be working at Wawa. It's nothing wrong with working at Wawa. Right back into the support resistance area again. Notice, it's like a magnet here right now. Look at that. Just keeps coming right back to that area. Bouncing off VWAP, rejecting VWAP. So we've rejected VWAP in this little run here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times already. But we're riding the trend line up. I'm telling you, something's going to, and we're getting ready to go into lunch. It's 11:05. I said I was going to stop running my mouth. Let's see. Let's grab a couple of more comments here. Man, we used to complain when we made $250 an hour a few years ago. Now you're lucky if you can get that. I'm telling you, Mel, it's the truth. It's the truth, right? Be careful what you ask for, y'all. You just might get it. Joey B. My goal is $250 a week, Vinny. After that, my earnings go down too much per hour on the app. Last weekend, I went up. We're breaking down. But we need confirmation. We got to snap the trend line. We got to snap the line, come back, retest it, and then maybe we go for the dump. Let's see. The Big Short was the movie. Yeah, bro. Listen, Margin Call's a hell of a movie too. With oh God, Kevin Spacey. Margin Call. If you like stock movies that actually has, and look, they're movies, okay? So it's not like they take liberties to, enhance and make the movie sound better or look better or whatever. But Margin Call is a good movie too, and that covers around the crash. Who else is in that movie? Demi Moore, I think, is in that movie. That was a star-studded lineup in Margin Call. Margin Call was a good movie. But yeah, bro, just prepare. That's all. That's all we're doing. That's all I'm doing. I'm preparing, bro. And like I said, Steven and I working on a new show, right? I don't know if we're going to do any more Rideshare Garage in the way that you guys know it. I'm into the Tesla space now. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And every time I thought I was getting ready to actually physically buy my own Tesla, something pops up. And now I look, there are better deals coming up. Right? I'll be able to get a 2025 rear-wheel drive with 350-mile range, for $40,000. Okay. Because I was damn sure ready to jump on 2024. But now, now it's just, dude, God has a plan. And I ain't afraid to speak about God. God has a plan. He knows what he's doing, even if we don't understand it. I always say, he might not always give you what you want when you want it, but he'll damn sure give you what you need when you need it. And if you believe that, you're all right with me. All right, y'all. I am going to get out of here. It has been a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Bring myself up live for y'all. Appreciate y'all joining me, man. I hope you guys had a good time. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow morning? Maybe. I don't know. The Queen is going out of town tomorrow, so I got to take her to the airport. So I might not do this tomorrow. But listen, I'll be doing more IRLs, man. This is Vinny Kuzz IRL, right? In real life. If I turn on the live stream, or if I pop a video in, it might not always be about rideshare. It might be about whatever is on my mind, because that's what I'm looking for. All right, y'all. Peace. Love and happiness. We'll see y'all next time.